Let's get right into it. Why Coca-Cola contained cocaine? Imagine buying a soda that contained an ingredient now linked to an illegal drug. Sounds unbelievable. But when Coca-Cola debuted in 1886, its original recipe included coca leaf extract, the same plant used to produce cocaine. At the time, coca leaves were legal and widely used in medicines, so the drink was sold as a medicinal tonic rather than a soft drink. Early Coca-Cola contained small amounts of cocaine alkaloids, but by the early 1900s, the company had removed cocaine from the formula as regulations and medical knowledge evolved. Today, Coca-Cola uses specially processed coca leaves with the cocaine removed before they're used for flavoring. One of the world's most famous drinks has a history few people expect. The town buried by fire. Imagine living in a town where the ground beneath your feet has been burning for decades. That's the true story of Centralia, Pennsylvania. In 1962, a fire ignited in an underground coal mine and slowly spread beneath the town. At first, it seemed controllable, but the flames kept moving through the abandoned mine tunnels, creating a disaster no one expected. As the fire continued, toxic gases escaped through the ground, sinkholes began to appear, and the land became increasingly unstable. Most residents were eventually relocated, and much of Centralia disappeared from maps as it became nearly abandoned. Even today, the underground fire is still burning, making Centralia one of America's strangest and most haunting real-life ghost towns. The Great Molasses Flood. Imagine a flood rushing through city streets, not with water, but with sticky molasses. It sounds like fiction, yet it really happened in Boston in 1919. A massive storage tank suddenly burst, releasing about 2.3 million gallons of molasses into the neighborhood. The thick waves swept through the streets, destroying buildings, damaging structures, and catching people completely off guard. The disaster claimed 21 lives and injured more than 100 people, making it one of the strangest industrial accidents in American history. Investigations later pointed to poor construction and inadequate safety testing as major causes. The tragedy led to stricter engineering standards and safety regulations, proving that one unbelievable event could permanently change how large structures were designed and inspected. The CIA's secret mind experiments. During the Cold War, the CIA launched a secret program called Project MKUltra to study whether human behavior could be influenced or controlled. Beginning in the 1950s, researchers experimented with drugs such as LSD, psychological techniques, and interrogation methods. The goal was to understand whether these methods could be used for intelligence and national security during a time of intense global tension. But here's the disturbing part. Some of the experiments involved people who did not give informed consent. Much of the program remained hidden until investigations in the 1970s exposed its existence, triggering widespread public outrage. Today, Project MKUltra remains one of the most controversial chapters in CIA history, raising lasting questions about ethics, government secrecy, and the limits of scientific research. America's nuclear close calls. Most people know about nuclear weapons used in war, but far fewer know how close America came to nuclear disaster by accident. In 1961, a B-52 bomber broke apart over Goldsboro, North Carolina, dropping 2 nuclear bombs. Investigations later revealed that multiple safety mechanisms failed, and one bomb came dangerously close to detonating before its remaining safety device prevented a catastrophe. Another serious incident occurred in 1966 when a U.S. bomber collided with a refueling aircraft over Palomares, Spain. Several nuclear weapons fell to the ground, and although none exploded with a nuclear blast, radioactive material contaminated parts of the area. These accidents led to major improvements in nuclear weapon safety, transportation procedures, and military protocols to reduce the risk of future disasters. The Dyatlov Pass Mystery. In 1959, 9 experienced hikers set out into the Ural Mountains, but none of them returned alive. When rescuers finally reached their campsite, they found something chilling. The tent had been cut open from the inside, as if the group had fled in panic into the freezing night. Their bodies were later discovered scattered across the snow, many without proper winter clothing, despite the deadly cold. For decades, the case sparked countless theories, from secret military tests to supernatural forces. But modern investigations suggest a far more natural explanation: a small snow slab avalanche, combined with extreme weather and the hikers' desperate reactions. Even so, unanswered questions remain, making the Dyatlov Pass incident one of history's most famous and enduring real-life mysteries. The Lost Roanoke Colony. In 1587, more than 100 English settlers arrived on Roanoke Island to establish a colony. But when another expedition returned years later, something terrifying had happened. The entire settlement was gone. The houses were abandoned. The people had disappeared. And the only major clue left behind was one word carved into a wooden post: Croatoan. For centuries, historians have searched for answers. Some theories suggest that colonists joined nearby indigenous communities, while others point to disease, conflict, or starvation. But no explanation has ever been confirmed completely. The mystery of Roanoke remains one of America's oldest historical puzzles, a vanished colony that left behind more questions than answers. The Dancing Plague of 1518. Imagine hundreds of people suddenly dancing in the streets, unable to stop for days or even weeks. It sounds like a strange legend, but in 1518, this bizarre event reportedly happened in Strasbourg, a city in modern-day France. It began when one woman started dancing uncontrollably, and soon many others joined. The crowd grew larger, creating one of history's strangest mysteries. But what caused it? Historians still debate the answer. Some believe extreme stress, hunger, and disease may have triggered a mass psychogenic illness, where psychological pressure causes real physical reactions. Others suggest social and cultural factors played a role. Whatever the cause, the Dancing Plague of 1518 remains a haunting reminder of how powerful the human mind can be. The Green Children of Woolpit. Imagine a medieval village where two children suddenly appeared with green-colored skin, speaking a language nobody understood. This strange story comes from Woolpit, England, where medieval accounts describe two mysterious children who were discovered near the village. Their unusual appearance and unknown origins made them one of history's strangest tales. Over time, the children reportedly learned the local language, and their green skin was said to disappear. But was it really something supernatural? Historians believe more realistic explanations may exist, including folklore, malnutrition causing unusual skin color, or misunderstood accounts of foreign visitors. Whether legend or forgotten history, the Green Children of Woolpit remain one of medieval Europe's most fascinating mysteries. The Salem Witch Trials. In Ilo Tuar, fear and rumors spread through Salem, Massachusetts, leading to one of America's most infamous witchcraft panics. Hundreds of people were accused, many were imprisoned, and 20 people were executed. Historians believe religious fears, social conflicts, and mass hysteria fueled the crisis. The Salem witch trials remain a powerful reminder of how dangerous panic and false accusations can become when fear takes control. Until we meet again.